Hey guys, my name is Daniel, and this is Gio, and this is Amelia, of course, and we are graduating. And we decided pretty late to make this video, and we wanted to give shout outs because, you know, I'm never able or I never have the time to get my opinions across to people.
Even though I say that's all he does.
So this is the opportunity for us to talk about you. I'm gonna talk mostly shit about people.
I just walked into this.
Yeah, and then Amelia is probably
I'm
going to
just
be
going to tell you guys how much I love you.
Yeah, there we go.
Daniel's not gonna do that
All right,
apparently.
so let's go in alphabetical order. Amelia, what do you think about Professor Gerhard?
Honestly, Professor Gerhart, I never got a chance to tell you this, but you're honestly one of my favorite professors here at Cal Poly. I just love what you do. You wake up at 1:30 in the morning and you still somehow get here early and you're still so excited and energetic, and I really admire that. And you just made us feel all at home here on CPTV, and I'm gonna miss you a lot.
Joe? Oh, here we go. Oh, our first fuck up of this. You know, we're not editing any of this. All this is going on
really?
there.
Okay.
What?
I really liked your sink or swim teaching method. I thought it worked well. Eventually, I think I'm like kind of doing this now. I'm not fully swimming, but yeah.
Well, I make a lot of jokes about you, Professor, because they're all true. The fact that you did lose 300 pounds, that's amazing.
impressive.
That's actually 2 average Americans right there. You've lost 2 people. And so I think that what you've been able to do, actually, but in all seriousness, you have been able to do what very few professors have been able to do, is that you have been able to kind of influence me in ways that aren't necessarily the best. But hey, you know what? You own that, Professor.
Jill, this is not alphabetical order, like, at all, but okay. Jill, you know, I started with you on in Journalism 346. We were anchor partners. We went through so much. I had so much fun with you, and you're just such an awesome person, and I can't wait to see what you accomplish in the future. You're gonna be great. You're gonna do a lot of great things.
You don't even know Jill, do you?
Jill, you're gonna go really far. You sound like an amazing person. You're full of life and charisma, and I admire that about you a lot.
Jill, you are, this was the first quarter that I met you, and I didn't really even know you that much. I think you just kind of got sucked into the madness that is CPTV. You got to hear some of my penis jokes, so that's the best of who I am. And I think Amelia put it best when she says that, you know, there's this saying that white women will go far, and I think that's true. I think that's true. You will go far, Jill. You will go far.
Amanda, I have to say again, you're another awesome person. You're just so fun to be around. You have such an energetic personality. It just like makes the energy in the room rise when you walk in. And you put together some amazing packages this past quarter, and I really had a lot of fun spending class time with you. I'm sorry that we didn't get a chance to work out like we said because our schedules are crazy, but I hope to see you more in the future, and good luck with everything next year.
Do you know Amanda?
Fridley, right?
Why the fuck are you here? Tell us about Amanda.
Is it Fridley?
Yeah, Fridley. We had a quarter with them
Amanda,
together.
I think you're such a go-getter. I have no doubt that you're gonna conquer the world. You are amazing. You work so hard, and it's nice. It was nice having a quarter with you because you really were on top of your stuff. Yeah.
Speaking of on top of, Amanda, you you are an amazing person, but I really think you should stop dating cops. I mean, I understand that there's a free handcuff, you know, buy one get one free, but I have to admit, I have to admit,
What did I walk into?
I have to admit
And
that
cut.
no, in all honesty though, Amanda, you have balls. You have balls. Like, you have the balls to do shit that a lot of us really don't even want to do, to be honest. But you have that capability. And I really do. Amelia's right, as she always is, that you will honestly go very far. And I think that that's honestly like the highest courtesy that I could give to somebody. Like, you will go far.
Ayrton.
Ayrton, oh, fucking love Ayrton. So, you want to go first with Ayrton?
Alright, Ayrton, you are such an amazing person, and I'm honestly like gonna miss you so much next year. You you make the best out of every situation. Even with that injury, you just got out there. You did the best with your stories, even when you were in so much pain. You never complain. You always have a smile on your face, and I just love that about you. And you're just such a great person. Good luck with your internship this summer. I can't wait to see what kind of work you put together, and I hope to see you more in the future.
Good luck with your internship. I did have the pleasure of meeting you, but it sounds like you're an amazing person.
So, Ayrton, you know, we actually go all the way back to Trinity. You were honestly one of the best people there back then, and you still are one of the best people there. We certainly haven't hung out. Is it hung out or hanged out? Hung out as much, but I really think that, you know, even if I didn't get to know you, the times that we did spend together, I think were some of the funniest moments that we've ever had. Or actually, let me quote that: some of the funniest moments you've ever had, because yeah. But I love you, Ayrton. Hey, make sure you heal that leg, and I hope to see you up and running in a couple months. Good times.
Laura, you're just such a sweet person. Honestly, with that award where they said that you're, I don't know, you make sick jokes, I've honestly never heard you make a sick joke in my entire time being around you, but because you're just such a sweet person, and I just love like everything about you, and like you put together some amazing stories this quarter, and like you're just not afraid to go above and beyond, and I just really admire that about you. And I just can't wait to see what work you make, or what work you do in the future as well. Like, I'm honestly just so stoked. I'm not even like as stoked about my future as I am about like seeing everyone else's future in this class. And Laura, you're just one of those people who are just really gonna go far.
Should we just skip you, or? So, Laura, I also heard about the sick jokes and things like that. I've never heard you say anything like that. I mean, I think one of the things that you're very good at is like innuendos and stuff like that. Or, I don't know, but
I don't even know that. I don't know.
She made some sort of innuendo about like a penis or something like that. I'm just like, that's my territory. No, I'm just kidding. I'm seriously gonna stop with the penis jokes, but it's hard. I'm sorry, but Laura, hey, you know what? You stick your head in there, and no, that's not you.
You know,
you go far. You go far, and I think you will. I really do. I think honestly, we're just gonna cut out like me and Gio, and we're just gonna have you, Amelia, on the entire. Just gonna have you for 5 minutes just talking, because everything you say is just gold. And then what the hell are we doing here? Oh, David.
David, you are just one of the reasons why this class has been so much fun this quarter. I just love like watching you like dance and everything. It's just so awesome. Like, thanks for introducing me to the running challenge, because the Running Man challenge, I honestly never even heard of that. I don't even know what it's for, but it's just hilarious. Every time I think about it, like, this is awesome. And you also, I love how passionate you are about sports and about everything that you do. And I just feel like I'm gonna see you like as an ESPN anchor someday, and I'm gonna be like, oh, I knew that guy. I had CPTV with him, and it's gonna be awesome knowing a famous guy, because that's definitely gonna be you. And I'm gonna miss you a lot, and hope to see you sometime in the future as well.
Yeah, you're really passionate about what you do, and I think it's incredible. Yeah, that's it. Goodbye.
I don't even know if the camera's capturing like because it captures frame by frame, and you're talking like less than a second for each one, so I don't even know if it's going to capture you. But David, you tall fuck, honestly, you know, you're reaching for the clouds, and knowing you physically, you probably can touch them. But you know what? Honestly, I've never seen anyone more passionate and dedicated to sports, with perhaps the exception of Allison Edmonds, Joe, Harrison, Ayrton, Amelia, Eric. But other than those people, you are probably one of the most dedicated people in sports ever. And the fact that you which of the black men were retiring? Kobe. When Kobe was retiring, I saw like the emotions on your face. I'm like, man, that sort of dedication is something I will never have to sports. So that I think is something very, it's very unique about you, and I think that dedication is probably going to serve you really well when you are CEO of ESPN.
Harrison, you're always known as the person who has the biggest smile on his face every day, and it's so true. Your laugh and your smile is just so contagious, and you're one of the nicest people I know. And I've never even seen you get angry or anything. I just love your personality, and I love your dedication to all the stories that you have made this past quarter. Even though I don't even think you were planning on being in broadcast because you're an ad comms major, but I just think it's so awesome that you did like one of the best jobs in here. And yeah, sorry, I'm starting to stutter because I'm getting kind of emotional because I'm really gonna miss you all. But I'm really hoping to see you do big things in the future because I know you will, and I really wish you the best. And congrats on graduating as well.
So, Harrison, I didn't get to know you. The only time I don't even think we had an honest to God conversation. You've heard some of my jokes, and for that I'm sorry. But seriously though, that laugh and that smile is infectious. I've actually heard about your laugh and your smile before I actually met you. And once I heard you laughing, it just brightened up my day. And it's just like I never lose that. Never lose that sort of joy that you bring to other people. And just go rewind this tape and listen to what Amelia said, and it's all true. It's all true. And I think that whatever you decide to do, if you decide to go in like agriculture, if you decide to go into journalism, I think you're going to succeed. So keep going and keep smiling all the way.
Dylan, we go a long ways back in our journalism 333 days. I remember meeting you when we were paired up together to be on KCPR, the 1 minute newscast. That was awesome. I remember when our first time going on air, no one was in there to help us and we had to figure it out, and you just did it all and somehow got that thing up and running, and I was so impressed. And that's just one example of how amazing you are. You put together so many incredible stories this past quarter, and you're just gonna keep getting better and better because that's just something that you do. And I'm gonna miss you a lot, and I'm glad I get to see you at graduation taking pictures on Sunday. So I know that this isn't goodbye, and yeah, really gonna miss you again.
Dylan, I wasn't in the class, but I watched CPTV online, and I thought you had some amazing packages, and you worked so hard. I mean, I wasn't in the class, like I said, but you probably worked so hard. I saw you a lot around campus with the Mustang News before. So you're very passionate about journalism, and I wish you the best of luck and the best in journalism.
Dylan, you are probably one of the most dedicated people at Mustang News, which isn't saying much if you see some of the crap writing that comes out lately. But no, I'm just kidding. In all honesty, though, you are honestly one of the most dedicated people. We've all seen your packages, and also your video too. And this is supposed to be set up at all. No, and I remember I was talking to Joe about this. I'm like, did you see the beekeeping package?
Yeah,
I'm just
that
like,
one was
that
really good.
It's like who does this? And you just honestly I felt so ashamed of what I personally did in CPTV last quarter, because that's just crap compared to what you and other people in Mustang News have been able to do. So honestly, keep going, Dylan. You will go far. And you're probably one of the 2 or 3 people that actually find me funny and attractive. So seriously, move in with me.
And you're probably one of the only people who is willing to almost get arrested for a story.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Talk to Amanda about how handcuffs feel. But I honestly think you are gonna go far, Dylan. You really are gonna go far, and there's absolutely no doubt about that. Yeah, Kevin, you are probably honestly one of the most, and probably one of the more underestimated people, because you in terms of humor, because you are actually one of the funniest people I've met, and your laugh, it hurts my ears. But when you belt out laughing at a sushi or something like that, and everyone turns to look at us, and I just have to dance like a monkey or something like that, it's honestly one of the better moments of my life. And I really think that you once you are completely under Thomas's wing and you just get to know all the technical aspects of it, you're going to be such an asset to like all the technical productions and stuff like that. So when somebody comes up and says, you know, oh, Thomas and stuff like that, he can just send you up and you'll just work your magic and do your stuff. You are so talented, you're going to go far. And there's just absolutely no doubt about that.
I definitely second what Daniel says. You are definitely, yeah, you didn't get acknowledged as much as I think you should have this past quarter, because you did do a lot of great things. And your laugh is one that is contagious as well. I love hearing your laugh, honestly. And I love how, I don't know, you're able to laugh at yourself too. Like, I will never forget that one show where you mentioned the politics.
That's still funny. It's still funny
That
to
honestly
this day.
cheers up my entire day just thinking about it, because it was just the best. And honestly, you're really gonna go far. You're such a talented journalist, and also I loved covering your acapella group. You guys are also really talented. And yeah, good luck next year, and good luck being the new Thomas.
Yes, you'll go far. Good luck next year. Thank you for making acapella great again. You are a great person, funny person, and very talented as a journalist.
Just take Trump's Make America Great Again and just put acapella in there?
It's in there. Make it.
That's ridiculous. Peter.
Okay. So, Peter, I honestly don't know where to start. You are one of the most amazing people I know. Like, you put together so many awesome stories this past quarter with the whole walking backwards thing across the street, like all of your packages, all of your stand-ups. And honestly, you've been like one of my best friends this past quarter. When I met you in 346, like, I remember you as like a quiet, shy person, and I honestly like didn't even know how to really talk to you. And then like after ACP, we really got to know each other, and I'm just so glad that we did, because you really like helped me develop as a journalist and as a person, and like you've been there for me through my best and worst times, and I love you so much, Peter, and I'm really gonna miss you next quarter.
Peter, you're also one of those people. You're a really talented person, and I think that you will also go really far. I remember you volunteered for our class when I was taking it a couple quarters ago, and you were just on top of everything. You were so good at whatever we threw at you, and I'm really excited to see like not only what you produce here, but then beyond here. I think you have a lot of potential, and it's really exciting to see.
Peter, I have had the pleasure of watching a lot of people kind of grow through the first phase of CPTV, as Jiro and I have experienced, and Amelia too, you've experienced it. You know, the first phase of CPTV when everyone's just like kind of thrown into it, and it's kind of like a sink or swim kind of thing. And I honestly thought, and I'm not joking about this, I honestly thought you would sink, because, you know, as Amelia said, you're very quiet, you're very shy. I really didn't know where you were going to be, but you turned out to be one of the best. You turned out to be ahead of the pack. And, you know, journalism is not an easy environment to be in. And there are very few people which I can safely and confidently say have been able to thrive in that kind of environment, and you have been able to thrive in it. I think I have influenced you for better or worse. I'm thinking worse. But I honestly expect you to offend a lot of people next year. I expect you to take up my torch, and I expect you to just go in there and just you know, make people cry with your beekeeping stories. Yeah.
Allison, you're another one of those journalists who's really talented and probably also under-acknowledged this past quarter. You're also a really good friend of mine. I remember we really got to know each other at ACP as well. I remember like we were hotel roommates, and at the end of the day we just like got together to watch lame bride shows on TLC, and that was probably like the best memory I've had with you, because it was so much fun, even though it sounds really ridiculous, but it was just a lot of fun. And I just love how we've grown as friends over time, and you're just a really great person, and I can't wait to see what you do in the future as well.
Which number Allison is this?
Which number Allison is this?
Allison 4.
Allison 4. Allison 4, you are after 1, 2, and 3. I don't know.
You know, this actually is, you brings up a good point because, you know, there's always just this like succession of dynasties of Allisons, and you know, in all honesty though, none of these Allisons have ever failed to impress me. All of them have really like gone above and beyond. You know, Allison Edmonds is just like going, like she just shoots through the roof, through the hoops, she does a half dunk layout, and she makes that touchdown. Allison Royal, she interrupted our shoot, but you know what? She's also really good. She's a great and competent journalist. And then there's, you know, and you're kind of like, you're part of that kind of legacy. I didn't have the privilege of meeting you. I'm sure you've heard of me, but you have. I've seen some of your packages, and they're just really good. I mean, they're just like, what can you say? Quality is quality, and I think with you, I'm safely able to say that I can see that quality. Allison Edmonds.
Allison, you weren't actually in the class, but you're just another one of those great people.
Ouch.
Allison, like, I remember we go way back to last year when I first came to Mustang News. You're just one of the first people who I really felt comfortable talking to, and you're just so friendly, and I just love how we've grown as friends over that time. And I know you're gonna do so many great things in the future with the sports show coming up next year, and I know I'm gonna see you one of these days on like one of those big TV networks doing like live sports reporting, because that's just the kind of person that you are, and you're just so great at it. And I don't even know what to say really, because you're just one of those people who just goes above and beyond, and I know like nothing can stop you because you're just so incredible. And thanks for everything that you've done for me these past couple of years, and I'm really gonna miss you.
Allison, definitely the most friendliest person in CPTV, the nicest, the most passionate. I am also really excited to see what you do. You have so much potential, and you've done so much for not only CPTV, but like Mustang News and Cal Poly. I'm sad that we never worked together at VGs. That probably would have been so fun. But bringing it back to journalism, yeah, I'm excited to see what you do in the future.
So Allison, in honor of you, we should all probably just talk like 3 times the speed of normal human beings. But Allison, you are like, I always describe you as the end of drug commercials when they're listing the side effects and stuff like that. The way that they just speed it up like that constantly. But you are honestly one of the friendliest people I've ever met. You know, I remember the first day of journalism, we didn't even know each other, but you offered me a hand job. And no, I'm sorry, that's someone completely different. That's one of my professors. But honestly, you're gonna thrive. And even though you only have 1 quarter here, and you're probably gonna be where we're gonna be sitting pretty soon, like making a video about this, but you are honestly one of the nicest people I've ever met, and you don't let anyone take that away from you. Be nice to everyone. And I think that you are certainly going to thrive in sports broadcasting. No one knows sports. There's very few people in journalism who knows as much sports as you do, but you will thrive. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
We're Kara.
I feel like I probably should have gotten to know you a little better, but you are just one of those people. I know, like, you're probably gonna end up being like a director at a news station or something, and you're just so great in everything you do. You did a lot of great packages this past quarter too, especially that beach cleanup one. That was probably my favorite. Great stand-ups, and I just love how energetic and how like everything that you are, and like your voice and your laugh is another one that's also contagious, and it just makes everyone want to smile. And I just can't wait to see what you're going to accomplish in the future as well. And I know that you're only going to do bigger and better things as you keep moving on. So good luck in everything.
Kara, we had 2 classes together, and you're always this bubbly like personality. You're always just like very happy, and you know, I mean, like, can I just copy and paste everything Amelia says? Because you are, I mean, like, with your personality and with your go-get-it attitude, I really think that you are going to be one of those really competent, those really good journalists if you decide to go into that. But whatever field you decide to go into, I think, you know, what can I say? You're probably going to do really well. I also wish I got to know you a bit more this quarter, but whatever, you know, in the 10 weeks that I've just got to know the entire class, you know, you happen to stand out as that girl with the very happy, the very bubbly personality. And I think you should never lose that.
Let's talk about Jordan. Jordan, you are just another one of those people who has such a contagious smile and personality, and you're just so fun to be around, and you're one of the nicest people that I know. And I honestly wish I could have gotten to know you a little better, because I don't know you that well, but what I do know about you is that you are a great person, and everyone loves you, and I'm honestly going to miss seeing you around the studio next year. So good luck with everything you do.
Yes. Jordan, the best of luck to you. You are also one of those students who really is very well versed. You, like, not only were you in like Ag Circle, I think you were just like everywhere. You have so much experience, and I wish you the best of luck. I know that you're gonna be such an asset to whatever you decide to do.
Jordan, you like let's go over all the things you do. Your Ag Circle, you did, you know, CPTV. You're the head graphic designer at Mustang News. It's like that just kind of proves to me like all the talents that you've kind of culminated at your time here. You know, you certainly are like one of the, if not the best dressed in Mustang News, and you have that infectious smile. Like every single time you smile, I'm just like, you know, I it's like subconsciously I just start smiling. I'm looking at people, and you know, and you just like give me that kind of infectious smile, and I think that is also the reason why you are so like loved, and I think that's one of the reasons why you are going to go far in whatever you do. You're graduating along with us. We would have asked you to be a part of this movie, but as you can see, we're not really going for quality.
I mean, I just I don't know what I was doing.
But Jordan, honestly, keep smiling, and you're gonna go far.
Alexa, again.
God bless.
Alexa, I don't know where to start with you, because you're just, I love you so much, and like, I love your personality, and I love how fun you are, and I remember when we were in the studio late one night, you and Daniel were just like dancing around to Taylor Swift. That was like probably one of my most favorite memories, and I know that I'm also gonna see you on one of those big sports networks someday, being like a live reporter, because I love how passionate you are about sports and about what you do, and you've just been so great to me, and I'm so glad I got to know you, and good luck in the future, and congrats on graduating as well.
Yeah, you have such a presence. Like, I think you're like definitely full of potential, and you're gonna go so far. You're so passionate about what you do, about journalism, and you bring it to the table. And I'm really excited to see what you decide to do in the future.
Alexa, you know, what can I say? You need to sleep. You average a nightly, you know, what's it called? You average about 2 hours of sleep a night. But that's honestly, to me, and I'm saying this half jokingly, but also half seriously, because that's just how dedicated you are. And I think that, you know, you've taken over this kind of like you have this infectious personality that just like everyone just kind of looks up to you. You're like the mama bear of CPTV, you know? Every single time I come into the studio and I see you, and you're just like talking to Allison, just like, you know, talking at like near her pace, and it's just like a really bad Chinese movie fast forwarded, and just like, it's such, you know, you have that kind of presence, and I guarantee you will be missed. Like, people are just gonna come into the studio, fall quarter, just gonna be like, something's missing, and I think that missing is going to be you, Alexa. you kick ass in politics, even though you say you suck at it, you say you hate it. But you know what? You have that knowledge, and like when you had that over the fold story about the political climate here at Cal Poly, I was reading it. I was like, there is I probably could not have done a better job. And so honestly, Alexa, like I'm gonna miss you. You're gonna go far.
Monica, you weren't even technically a part of this class, but I felt like you were. Like, honestly, if you weren't here every day, I wouldn't have gotten to know you at all. And I just love you as a person. You do a lot of great things in here. You contribute a lot, and I really admire you for that. And again, I know you're going to do a lot of great things in the future, journalistically, personally, everything. And I'm really going to miss seeing your face around here.
Yeah, you're so full of potential. I remember the quarter that we had together. You were just on top of everything also. You were excited to try everything out, and you did well in everything that you did try out. It's really... I'm really excited to see also what you decide to do in the future.
Monica, are you done?
Yeah.
We're just gonna edit everything you say out
Yeah,
anyway.
that's
Monica, I love you. If you weren't with me in AgComs, I honestly would have died. If I hear one more fact about potatoes, I'm going to hang myself. I think that you are probably one of the most talented, and you're also one of the most gifted in the sense that you can also draw very well. And if you do decide to go into if you do decide to go to art school and become a car designer and things like that, I'm sure you're going to do very well, because you could probably help out with the commercial stuff like that. Say, hey, cut VO or something like that. Oh, shut up. I think that I've known you for a while now. I think that you're honestly, Monica, you're one of my good friends, and I think that you're gonna kick ass next year. You're just fucking gonna kick it. You're not gonna tolerate anyone, and you're gonna be like Jackie Chan, but actually like and I think you're gonna go far. I really do.
Chloe, I know you are going to be one of the best news directors next year, and you have such a great personality. You're just awesome, and I love covering your track team. Thanks for getting me all the interviews, because that made my job a lot easier. And you really put together a lot of great things this past quarter. I'm so glad I got to know you, because you're an amazing person, and you're gonna do even better next year. And I can't wait to hear about all the things that you accomplish. And good luck, and I hope you have fun.
Chloe, you're definitely one of the most friendliest person in CPTV, and you're just so good at whatever you do, and I know that you'll go far. Not only do you know how to do well in what you do, but you know how to get groups of people to be excited to do their work also. So.
Chloe, you, in line with Kara, you have honestly one of the most bubbly, infectious kind of personalities that I've ever come across. You are honestly one of the best things to come out of Bakersfield, but considering that one of their largest export is wheat, I don't think that's really much of a compliment. You got kicked out of a bar because you sang too loudly. It's stuff like that. It's experiences like these that kind of just make the memory. And what was the bar that she got kicked out of?
I don't even
McClitoris or something like that. It's probably something like that. I guarantee you. Yeah, I don't know. But Chloe, honestly, just keep it up. You're gonna do a kick-ass job of news director, because one of the main points of being a news director, one of the main things that you need as a news director is you need people to trust you, because you are essentially leading broadcast, and you have that. I think people do trust you. They confide in you. They tell you all the things that and I think you're also good and very perceptive at noticing people's kind of their strengths and noticing their weaknesses and stuff like that. I think you are going to propel CPTV to a whole nother level. It sucks that we're graduating, because we're not going to be there to kind of witness this, but I guarantee you, when all three of us come back to visit, we're just going to walk into the studio, everyone's just going to be kicking ass and stuff like that. It's just going to be I guarantee you, we're just going to be impressed with whatever you decide to do and whatever direction you decide to take CPTV.
I don't think anyone could have put it better. Now for this year's news director, Leah. Honestly, Leah, I love how strong and independent and so persistent you are. Like, you've done so many great things, a lot of good packages. I'll never forget the one package you did about the intersection by the railroad crossing. That was really creative, and I had so much fun with you going to the Bernie Sanders rally. I remember it started out as kind of a disaster, partly on my part, which I'm sorry about that, but it ended up being one of the best experiences ever, and you just made it like so awesome, and I had so much fun like bonding with you over that, and I really felt like I got to know you a little better when we went to that rally, and all of our time editing the video and everything, and you've been so successful up until now, and I know you're going to do even bigger and better things again. I can really see you becoming like a CEO or like a big top executive producer of some big station, because you're just that awesome, and I can't wait to see what you become.
Yeah, it's really inspiring to see like how successful you've been as a journalist. You do so well, and you are so good at what? Can you edit this out?
So good at sex?
No.
I'm just offering.
Gio is messing every single one up.
Gio,
Sorry,
honestly, no, I'm not
am
editing
just-
any of this shit.
I wasn't expecting to be here. Okay, you are. It's inspiring to see like how well you do in journalism, and how you're so passionate about this, and I think
Leah, I'm not joking when I say this. You are probably one of the most, if not the most, ambitious people I've ever met in my life. You will go far. That's just, you got a fake ID in order to network. I think that's called a felony. But honestly, Leah, the fact that you're willing to break the law in order to network and, get ahead of this business, I think kind of is a testament to just how ambitious you really are. I think that, again, like what Amelia said, you are probably going to be you're probably going to be famous. And when you do, I really hope you remember us, because Gio and I are going to be living together in a cardboard box, probably somewhere in LA. Well, actually, she already does. It's called. Yeah, no, you already live in a cardboard box. It's called Oakland. No, but seriously, but you seriously are going to go really far, and I wish you the best success. Best of luck. Allison Royal, Mustang News. You want to go first with that?
Allison, I'm so glad I got to know you this past quarter. I remember we had journalism ethics together, and I didn't really know you back then, but I remember you always inputting during the discussion and everything, and I just thought like a lot of your ideas were just so awesome and really thoughtful and everything, and I'm just so glad I got to know you more this past quarter. You're just so much fun, and you just have another really great personality, and I'm honestly gonna miss having you around, and I really hope I can come back and visit so I can see you here, and I can't wait to see what other things that you come to do. I know I'm saying that a lot for like everyone, but that's seriously how I feel for everyone, because there's honestly like no better words, because honestly I just feel so much for everyone, and like it's just hard to put it into words, because I'm just gonna miss you all so much. And Allison, you're just one of those people.
Allison, super friendly, super nice, so funny. I'm gonna miss you also. I feel like I should say this in Spanish, because your Spanish is so good. It impressed me the first time I heard you. I know that you'll definitely go far, and you have that under your wing, that you're able to speak Spanish so well. So yeah, I'll miss you.
Allison Royal, Mustang News, you are honestly one of the funniest people I've ever had the privilege of meeting. You are there's so many things I could say about you, but we just simply just don't have the time. You're funny, you're warm, you know, you kind of just take people under your wings and you just hug them. And I honestly, like, you got an internship to KCAL 9 News. Like, that's pretty fucking impressive, you know. And you will go far, Allison. Like, I absolutely mean that. I didn't mean it for anyone else, but for you, you will go far. And I'm just kidding. You're honestly gonna go far. The only thing I would like to say is you need to stop fucking freshmen. Honestly, I think you need. I think they should. Yeah, honestly,
and
that
Daniel's sentiment has now run out.
I am done. No.
Nikki, honestly, I've had a great time with you. I remember we started out together in 346, and I didn't really know you too much back then, but like over that quarter, I really got to know you, and you're just one of the nicest people that I've ever met. And I'm honestly sad that I didn't get to see you more this quarter, and I'm hoping to see more of what you become and what you grow to be as a journalist and as a person in the future, because you're just a really great person and you're just awesome. I'm really gonna miss you, and keep in touch.
Nikki, I think we only
Nikki,
interacted
I think
briefly.
that you are honestly, you're a very nice person. I didn't get to talk to you a lot. I remember talking to you once in like, I think it was the second week of this quarter or something like that, and we were like sitting like right there with the computers and stuff like that. And I remember thinking that, you know, you're very quiet. I don't know if it's shy, but you're very, you know, I think you will succeed. You will probably go far. And you know what? I hope we stay in touch. I really do. I mean that for everyone, you know, but like, I hope we do stay in touch. And I think, you know, put your head down and keep plowing through it, and you're going to make it through to the end.
I just like to make shout out to Thomas, because without him, we wouldn't have any of this. Like, whenever something needs to be fixed, he's there right away, and he's on it, and he gets it done. And it's just so impressive. Thomas, if you're watching this, I appreciate everything you've done and everything you're going to do in the future. And I just love how dedicated you are. And I'm seriously gonna miss you, and hope I can come back to visit you. And yeah, Daniel, would you like to say anything about Thomas or Gio?
Yeah. Joe, you can go.
Gio, have you inputted anything this entire time?
Thomas, you dedicate so much to CPTV. You're so selfless. You're like CPTV's God. Thank you so much for all you do.
You done? Okay. Thomas, you are, honestly, I think of all the people that I've been able to influence and change, I think you're my number one. You're kind of like my legacy as I'm leaving behind. Because, you know, I remember the first time I made a penis joke, you just kind of like looked around and wondered if anyone else heard what I just said. And now you just you know, straight up laugh. And I think that you are one of the nicest people. And this is not an exaggeration. You are like one of the nicest people. Like, if a murderer came into this room and he just like asked for a bunch of names, you'd just be happy and you just hand them. No, wait, no, that's not the metaphor I was going for. You know, you would be the, I mean, like, I remember when Elena came in, she just said like she's hungry, and you opened the fridge and gave her a granola bar. I'm like, who does that? You know, you are also one of the, like, people just don't know the extent to which you work like behind the scenes. You've told me you donated some of the machines here that make this entire thing work yourself, and one of them costs like $10,000, and you just donated it. And so, like, honestly, Thomas, and I'm not exaggerating when I'm saying this, but like, I'm gonna miss you. I think you're one of those people that just like, you're so understated. I think I just think that's just like one of the things that like just piss me off. I wish you just have like a portrait somewhere here, like I do, of like, I have my own wall, and just wish you had like a giant portrait of yourself or something like that. And yeah, I really, you know, whatever you do, Thomas, if you decide to retire here, you're probably are. You know, you're probably gonna be in the studio until you're like 90 or something like that, just like working on virtual hologram or something like that by the time. Yeah, I love you, Thomas. Aiden.
Aiden, honestly, another one of my favorite people in this class. You're so dedicated to what you do, and you're one of the best audio people I've ever met. And also, thanks for helping out with all the live shots. You've done an amazing job in this class, and I just can't wait to visit with you, hopefully up in the Bay Area over the summer, and I can't wait to see like all the great things that you do in the future.
Make my so, Aiden, oh my gosh, I remember we had a class a couple quarters ago when I had CPTV. We did a package like every single week. It was impressive as someone who was like new to CPTV. You were just on top of it, so passionate, so into journalism, and it's really refreshing. And I know you'll go far, and I'm excited to see what you decide to do.
Aiden,
Are you from the Bay Area?
I remember the first time I met you, you were just so quiet. Like I thought that if you were blind as well, like I could just call you Helen Keller. I think that you are honestly one of those, like you, again, like in keeping with a lot of other people, you are very you're very understated. You're very quiet. You never, like I've never heard you complain once. And especially in our field of journalism where people complain like all the time, to hear somebody like you just not complain at all, just to me it's like, it's such a refreshing thing. And you kick ass, like you do all like a bunch of like behind the scenes stuff, and you don't get credit for it, but you honestly, and here's snaps to you, Aiden, you kick ass. So keep doing what you do, keep being quiet, and you'll go far, Aiden, you'll go far. But I love you, man. And the last person I kind of wanted to put in, she's not really a part of CPTV, but I think she's influenced a lot of us. Professor Pyburn.
Oh yeah, definitely. Patty, you're definitely another one of my favorite professors here. I don't even really think of you as my professor. I think of you more like a friend. You're just so awesome, and you taught me almost everything I know about broadcast writing, and from 333 to 346, like you taught me so much, and I really feel like I'm going to be able to use all that in the real world, and you really prepared me for everything, or maybe not everything because things are always going to come up, but you really prepared me for the things that I need to know going into this field. And I'm honestly going to miss you so much, and I really hope you just I know you're going to do so well at Arizona State, and you're going to bring all that knowledge back here and make the program even better when you come back, and it's going to be amazing.
There's just so many things, Professor, that I could just thank you for helping me grow not only as a person but as a journalist also. You've definitely been my favorite in journalism. You've been the best support here at Cal Poly with whatever I was going through. You were really inspiring. Really, you do so much. You barely sleep. It's amazing, just like how talented you are. And I wish to do journalism like you do.
Hey, Professor Pyburn, what's long, hard, and very rewarding? Your career. You thought I was going to say penis, weren't you?
Actually, no.
Yeah, but and also to my penis. But Professor, you are honestly, you're one of, behind the scenes, you're one of the nicest, you're one of the funniest, professors that I've had. A lot of people, like, somebody called you mom, just like, oh wait, no, that's your son. Somebody, no, but like, that's how close you are to so many people here. Like, people are, like, I can comfortably call you mom.
Although your age.
I'd probably bow to you first and shuffle my, that's besides the point. Professor, you are, honestly, you're beloved. My biggest fear is that after the 2 years that you're at ASU, you're gonna have students there who's just gonna have the exact same opinion that we do, that you won't want to leave ASU. But honestly, Arizona sucks. So just come back to Cal Poly. Come back to Cal Poly, because you know why? You'll always have a family here.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Seriously, so many things.
And last but not least, I like to make shout outs to Gio and Daniel.
Aw.
Gio, I know I met you kind of late in the year, but even so, like, I think you're such an awesome person, and I can't wait to keep in touch with you in the future. Daniel, I don't even know what to say because I just love you so much, even though you're just so inappropriate all the time. And I'm honestly gonna miss all of your jokes, and I'm gonna miss your personality, and just gonna miss you, and it's not gonna be the same.
I would like to say something as well. My last shout outs to Amelia and Joe. You know, Amelia, we actually met pretty late, which is unfortunate. But you are like, you know, everyone gives you snaps all the time, and you did 2 packages in one CPTV. I'm like, what are you trying to accomplish here? You know, you kick ass. I've said that like 14 times already, but you know, Amelia, you are like, you never complain, you do your work, and you put yourself out there without ever expecting anything back. And I honestly think you should be a bit more selfish. You should expect people to admire your greatness. And
I'm not you, Daniel.
you are gonna, like, Amelia, you are gonna go far. Like, if you get anything less than CEO of like ESPN or Fox News, Fox Sports and stuff like that, I will be very disappointed.
Would not even apply for that position.
Gio, honestly, you are like, you are my other half. You know, the unwanted, unloved half of me. But Gio, honestly, I love you. I love you, and I think that Gio, honestly, you and I are gonna stay in touch. You and I are gonna stay in touch.
Yeah, call me
And
myself up.
yeah, you're gonna touch me. But yeah, do you have anything you want to say?
Amelia, I met you really late, but I remember reading your articles beforehand, and I thought you were such a great writer. You're so passionate about what you do, and I'm excited to see also what you decide to do in the future. Because I know you do big things, big and better. Daniel.
All right, cut. Let's just
Do you want me to say it in English? Or
English.
Oh, okay. Daniel, thank you for giving me a ride at KCBX. KCBX. That's it.
All right.
So one last shout out to Daniel CGs. You guys are
Yes.
gonna really miss that next year.
Gosh.
Oh my God, I made new CGs. It's like so. Oh my God.
Are they all Fox inspired?
Amelia's
They're all-
like impressed,
Except
and that's
they
how
were
you.
based off of Fox News,
Yeah.
which
Like,
I did not
honestly,
appreciate,
what did you
so.
say? But honestly, like, let's say this like for the last time. You know, I'm Daniel Park,
And I'm Amelia Pereira.
And I'm Giovanni Jimenez.
and this is Mustang News. We are honestly all gonna miss you so much.
Yeah, we are. I'm literally like gonna be up tossing and turning every night because I'm gonna miss you guys so much, and I don't know what I'm gonna do without you. But I definitely am gonna come visit, and I'm surprised that I got through this without totally breaking down. So I'm
Yeah.
really gonna miss you guys.
Yeah. Like this is the last thing, and Gio. I guess I can speak for both Gio and myself. It's just that
Oh.
you guys can kick. Oh wait, no, he can speak for himself. I expect a lot from you guys next year, even though I won't be there. But you know, it genuinely, like, it tells you something about like what we have in this major, what we have in this room, that, you know, we don't want to leave. But you know, all good things must eventually come to an end. The party's over. But you know what? I expect all of you guys to do greatness, and I expect greatness next year.
All right.
Yeah.
And see you all in the real world.
Bye.